So there is another point with that. Like, I'm a little bit embarrassed to say this, but I'm aware that law of attraction, it works because there is many times where like I think something and appear, but not all the time appear good things.
That's because you don't always think good things.
Like a quick example.
Well, now think about this. Do you really want to enforce with over 1,000 people and infinite intelligence the thing that you do not want to repeat or add more to?
How do I select what is the things I really want to manifest in my life?
So as you were about to tell that story, was it satisfying or not satisfying?
It was funny. I woke up in the day and I started thinking about this singer who said she was taking cold showers to keep her body tight. And I was like, cold showers. That sounds good. That was 8 a.m. in the morning. I went to work. I went to a class. And when I came back to my apartment, I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired, sweating and smelling. Oh my God, what is this? I need to take a hot shower. I went to the shower and there was no hot shower. And I was so mad, and I was knocking to the neighbors. Hey, what's going on with the hot water? We have hot water. I was like, thanks, law of attraction. It's just I'm the only one with no hot water. So this is simple, but like for me, it's like okay.
It's not as simple as you are describing it here in this way, because your story had some contradictions in it. You heard about the advantage of cold shower. Did you or did you not want those advantages?
Why not? Yeah, I thought about to be like, I go to the gym.
And so you can't decide if you want the advantage of the cold shower or the pleasure of the hot shower. You're kind of a vibrational mess.
Yeah, but I want to go the hot shower, but be tight.
And we want to say to you exactly that you can have it all.
Oh, no.
You can have it all. But rather than thinking in terms of law of attraction responding to you instantaneously, like right now, look for some measure of focus that is satisfying. And the more often you focus in that way, then the more your proclivity to find those thoughts becomes. In other words, the more satisfaction you feel, the more the universe delivers you things to feel satisfaction about. Now, this might twist your brain a little bit, but stay with us, because if you can come with us through this scenario, then we'll know and you'll know that you've got this. So on the one hand, we say to you, you create your own reality. And then we take it further by saying, you get what you think about. And then we take it further by saying, think deliberate thoughts. And then we take it further by saying, get into the receiving mode and feel. And then we say, think and feel, think and feel. So you extrapolate from that, you conclude from that, you think that what we're saying to you is be deliberate, but don't be too deliberate because it makes you negative, but be allowing, but don't be too allowing because you're not focused enough. And so what we want you to hear is that the laws of the universe, the way they work, have already sorted that all out for you. Life is going to cause you to have the contrasting moments and cause you to ask for things. You don't have to go looking for that. In other words, you don't have to find the method or find the way deliberately to what you want. Better said, you cannot find the method or find the path to what you want from your place of identifying that you're not where you want to be. So if you can just accept that you have two jobs, one is to ask and one is to allow, and you don't do them at the same time. And when you're doing the step one, that's when you're doing all the creating. And when you're doing the step three, that's when you're letting all that you've created in. But don't get mixed up whether you're in the right now allowing or asking mode. It will really help you if you will be able to define, well, right now, I'm having the satisfaction of being mad as hell. Abraham, what do you mean? Satisfied at feeling negative emotion? Yes, because I understand that knowing what I don't want is important to my clarification of what I do want. I know that this is how I mold the clay. So I'm actually satisfied. Negative emotion, this, what I don't want, it could be anger, or I could call it and mean it satisfaction, because I know I'm clarifying a question and I'm asking a stronger desire and I'm putting more into my vortex, and therefore I am evolving. So yeah, I'm having a step one moment and I'm satisfied to be having this step one moment. Now you've stopped the resistance. Now you've had the step one moment. Now you're in a productive place. You can move right into the receiving mode, and now ideas about how to get all of the things that you're wanting will begin to occur to you, because you believe a lot in what you can see and hear and smell and taste and touch. It has caused you to, all of you, most humans, it has caused you to become a reactor to conditions. Instead of being a reactor to conditions, we want you to be a seeker of your reaction. Rather than reacting to the condition, we want your intention to be satisfied so that the condition doesn't override everything. In other words, do you have the ability to find satisfaction even when this particular condition is happening? And the answer is unequivocally yes, but you just have to get more and more practiced at it. We just said something that we have never said before. This is how step one becomes a step five moment. Did you understand the difference? Step one is you ask. Contrast causes you to ask. Step two is source answer. Step three is you get into the receiving mode. Step four is you become a master at being in the receiving mode. Funny that step four is just being really good at step three, but it's really worth making it a step. Then step five is being back in step one and being satisfied, because step one often is that contrast where in your knowing what you don't want, you've launched this rocket of desire. But step five is launching the rocket is what you want, and understanding of how it works is what you want, and knowing that there always will be contrast is what you want. How are you going to create an ongoing wonderful life if your desires don't continue to evolve? Wasn't there a time when what you most wanted was to be noticed? And didn't it feel good when you were? And what you wanted was to be recognized and well known and famous? Wasn't there a time when what you wanted was to make a lot of money? And wasn't that all something that at a time was what you wanted most? And didn't all of that come about? And now, along with that, more is coming now. Now you want a greater sense of freedom. Now you want a little bit more personal time. Now you want more control of your own experience. Because what you are an example of, you are someone who has wanted something and you are now living what you thought you wanted, but you're still not satisfied. And that is so often what happens with people, is they want their lifelong dream and then they get it. Esther would say to Jerry, they would drive past a beautiful car lot with fabulous cars, and she would say, I think you should buy me that car. It will make me happy for the afternoon. And that was about right. Most things will not continue to satisfy you because you are in a constant state of evolution. And so you continue to ask for more. So now you're not just asking for recognition. You're asking for more understanding. Now you're wanting more creative control of your own schedule. Now you're wanting more freedom. Now you're wanting more choices in which things you participate in and which things you don't participate in. Your desires have evolved, and you are supposed to get every evolved desire. You are never supposed to be stuck in a desire that you once had. And this is what's making you crazy. At one time, you wanted all of those things that you now have, and now most people would look at you and say, what's wrong with you? You've got what you asked for. Why are you not satisfied? And the answer is, no one will ever be satisfied with what is, because what is must constantly change, because you are creators. That would be like take a minute. That would be like creating a magnificent sculpture. This is what you do. You're really good at it. And you've created it. And people say, what's next? And you say, that's it. That's it. That's all I'm going to do right there. That was it. That was so satisfying to do that. It was so satisfying to do that. And I'm glad that you like it. I'm so glad that you like it. What are you going to do next? That's it. Well, it wouldn't be very long before that would stop being satisfying, because it's not that is satisfying. It's moving toward that's satisfying. It's the turning thoughts to things that's satisfying, you see. And so to sort of clean up a little bit of what you were saying is, you don't want different, you want more. But it feels like you want opposite. You don't want opposite. You just want somebody to hand you a bottle of hot water. You just want more satisfaction, maybe more recognition, maybe a whole lot more money, maybe a whole lot more choices, But you're not asking for the opposite of what you've got. You're asking for an enhancement of what you've got. Does that make sense? An enhancement, an enhancement. More of what feels good is what I want. More of what feels good. And you can't get there by feeling critical.
Recall with myself.
Critical of yourself or anyone else. Critical of your situation. You can't get to where you want to be by feeling frustration of the current situation. And yet the frustration is a step one moment, and it's okay. Are we talking in circles, and are you coming along? You got to make it okay. It's normal to feel frustration. It's not abnormal, but frustration doesn't serve you very well. But it's normal to feel frustration, but frustration doesn't serve you very well. But it's normal to feel frustration, but it doesn't serve you very well. But when you make frustration wrong, when you make yourself wrong, then you can't get there from there. But when feeling frustration is a step 5 moment, and it's not wrong, it's normal, it's the birthing of more clarification, of more desires, now that step 1 moment becomes a step 5 moment, an evolved step 5 moment with a powerful creator with your hands in the clay. Can you feel that? And then more of those in your life, and new ones coming, offer more satisfying, more experiences that enhance your satisfaction. Satisfaction.